Eddie contacted me and asked me what I thought about this 2004 dark shadow gray Mustang Mach 1 that was for sale. He was considering buying the car. It did not have the original wheels on it. It did not have the spoiler on it either, which are two things that can be changed back, but they're kind of annoying when they don't have those things with them. The car had 140,000 miles on it. Not awful, but still getting up there in the higher range, and it had a lot of chrome accent pieces on the interior that the previous owner had added, and that's not a bad thing. This shows that the previous owner liked the car and they were into it and they wanted to make it nicer. They had added all the billet pieces for the door lock control, window switches, cruise control, a steering wheel cover which sometimes hides torn up steering wheels, sometimes it hurts the steering wheel, but sometimes it does protect it as well. You can see that they had painted the Mustang letters on the dash, which I actually don't like when people do that. It's very tempting to do that, and a lot of people do that with their Mustang because they want to do something to it and they see those letters sitting there and they want to color them in. But my personal preference is it just makes it look a little cheesy. But to be honest, I almost did that to my first Mustang, and I decided not to, and I'm glad I didn't. And you can see there's more of those billet aluminum pieces on the controls for the HVAC system. The shift handle, which has been changed, also points out that this car is an automatic, and the parking brake handle too. I do like the floor mats in the car. That's really neat that I had those. Now, automatic high mileage Mach 1s don't bring a lot of money, and the resale value on them are pretty low. And so when someone asks me what I think of the car, I think, well, you're going to probably get it for a good price if you are going to buy it. But something else he asked me about was the engine bay and what I thought about it. It was a little dirty, but nothing that you wouldn't expect out of a higher mileage car. I noticed it had a K&N cold air intake, and it also had a Steeda strut tower brace, which my blue Mach 1 came with as well, but I removed it because it got in the way of the caster camber plates when I lowered the car and had to add those. But what did bother me about the engine bay, and this is personal preference mostly, is that the valve covers have been painted, so that means they've been off. And it's really hard to get those valve covers off, especially the driver's side one. You usually have to take off the brake booster and do things to it. And so when I see the valve covers have been off, you kind of wonder if maybe it had some repairs down the road. You don't know, really. And so to me, personally, when I see that, I kind of get turned away from it. But that doesn't mean it wasn't a good car. The car eventually sold to somebody else, and then Eddie contacted me really excited later and told me that he was able to purchase a beautiful 2003 Oxford White Mustang Mach 1. He bought it on Labor Day. It only had 52,595 miles on it. That's like a third of the miles that the other one that he was looking at had. And this is really neat, and he said he was excited to share this news with me since I had responded back to him about the other Mach 1 that he was looking at. And so this is his first Mustang. It's his first sports car, and he said, if you'd like to do a story about it, go ahead. And I thought, yeah, that'd be great, because this is a really nice looking car. Of course I'd like to do a story on it. So this was a one-owner car before he bought it. It was purchased by the original owner, who was a woman, at a Ford dealership in Stuart, Florida. Now this car was almost completely stock. Obviously when you look at it, the first thing you notice are that the wheels have been changed, and if you're changing the wheels on a Mach 1, these are a good one to go with. These are the AFS style Mach 1 wheels, which make the car retain the original look even though they have a deeper lip. And I thought it was actually interesting they have deep dish wheels on the front as well as on the back of the car. But other than that, looking at the car, you can tell the mirrors have been repainted, but it's just a beautiful looking car, very clean, low mileage car. And the good news about the wheels is Eddie had told me that the original owner included the original Heritage wheels in the sale of the car. So he has those, and he said eventually he'll put those back on the car. So that is great when somebody takes the wheels off the car when they save them, and then the owner includes them in the sale of the car when they decide to sell it. So I really like that part of the story. That makes me really excited and happy. And looking over the car, overall it just looks absolutely beautiful and low mileage with only 50,000 miles on it. I always look at the headlights, and if those are the Ford original headlights, that shows the car has been garaged and taken care of its whole life. And in fact, you can see the Ford logo on there, and if they haven't been replaced, then these are probably the original headlights. and that's just something that stands out to me a lot, besides just the fact that overall it looks like a beautiful car. So appearance-wise, it's pretty stock. You can see they added the Mach 1 honeycomb deck lid panel, which I like. I had that on my red Mach 1, and I also had it on my zinc yellow Mach 1 as well. My yellow Mach 1 came with that plasti dipped, but then I acquired the actual panel from my friend later, and I had bought the panel originally for my red Mach 1 brand new. And I think that's a really good piece, and it looks really good with the white. They also added the vinyl Mustang stickers in the bumper. But overall, beautiful looking car, and I think it looks good with the deep dish wheels on it. I do, especially since they're Mach 1 style wheels, and that he has the originals tucked away. The engine bay was pretty stock too. It had some chrome dress-up pieces in it, and the Mach 1 oil cap, and the Mach 1 radiator cap, which looks good. I think those are nice little touches to the inside of the car. And another really nice touch that the car had was a trunk mat in the back that was added by the previous owner. I like that a lot. As far as the interior is concerned, very nice looking. The ripple in the comfort weave seats is still there. Usually that ribbing is somewhat flattened out. It is on my Mach 1s. It was on all the Mach 1s I've had. And so when you see that the ribbing is still there, you can tell the seats are in pretty good shape. This is an interior upgrade package car, so you can see it has the pedals, and it has the radio bezel silver trim around, and it even has the stock radio, which I really like when I see that. You can see a couple little billet aluminum pieces on the HVAC controls and the headlight switch, which is just nice little dress-up things. And I think that's really cool. It has the running pony on the headlight switch. I haven't seen that before. And if you look closely, you'll see that the gauges have the factory silver trim around the gauges, which came on all the Mach 1s, but they also have the added silver rings around each gauge. I have those on my 97 GT. Not really a fan of them, but anyway, it's something that somebody had added to make the car nicer. If you look closely, you can see it has another style set of Mach 1 floor mats peeking out down there. And the cup holders even have some nice little upgraded pieces on them too, with the Mach 1 logo on them as well. That's pretty nice. The car even came with the original window sticker. That is something that I wish all Mustang owners would keep, no matter what, when they purchase the car brand new, even if they just put it in the glove box. And if we look at the window sticker up close, it does show the two only options that are offered on a Mach 1, and that is the automatic overdrive transmission and the interior upgrade package. So I was assuming the car had the interior upgrade package by looking at the pedals and the radio dash bezel, and just assuming that those things were original to the car, but looking at the window sticker, they are, and that is reflected on the window sticker. Now, like every used car, there are a couple little things that are wrong with it, and he was saying that the cruise control actually didn't work. He replaced the fuse and everything, still didn't help, so that's something that he doesn't really use very much, but he would like to have it working on the car. And I find that actually pretty odd that with such a low mile car, the cruise control wouldn't work. But anyway, the exhaust was the only thing that was changed on it as far as modifications go. It had Flowmasters welded in. In the other picture, you can actually see it still retains the Mach 1 factory exhaust tips. These are a 2.5-inch rolled exhaust tip compared to the factory GT exhaust. This is an option for the Mach 1 and the Bullet. And if you look at the window sticker, it actually only says stainless steel dual exhaust, but those tips are included as a pretty nice Mach 1 specific piece and a Bullet specific piece. But Eddie says that he wants to put a BBK X-pipe on it and go with the SLP exhaust, which I think is an excellent choice. So if he doesn't get the full SLP cap back, I would recommend just welding in some SLPs and keeping the exhaust tips. So this was a really neat story. I'm glad Eddie contacted me and showed me the photos of this. It's neat that he was looking at another Mach 1, which probably still would have been a nice car, but this is definitely a lot nicer of a car. And I'm very excited for him to enjoy this car for years to come. He said he doesn't see himself selling this car anytime soon. So beautiful car, cool story, nice one-owner vehicle. Those are getting harder to find. I mean, to think that this car was made back in '03 and the original owner has had it since then and only put 52,000 miles on it, that's pretty cool. So I want to thank everybody who watches the videos. I really enjoy your nice comments that you leave. They're very nice to read through. I do try to read every comment. I do get a lot of people who even contact me through my Instagram, which is justin.c_svt. And people message me on there who have Mach 1s and Cobras, Bullets, GTs, everything. And they tell me how much they love the channel and they enjoy watching the videos. And that means a lot to me. I really am grateful for that. So I want to thank everybody for those nice comments. And I like when you contact me and tell me that, because I don't know that your car or you even exist. I just know that there's lots of people out there who like the channel, and it's really fun to actually see who the people are behind all these views and comments. So I want to thank everybody for that again. And stay tuned for more of these Mustang stories, and tune in for the builds I'm doing. All my cars I do updates on, and I show what I do to them whenever they need anything. And I do have a couple Project Mustangs I'm working on, and I do updates on those cars as well. So stay tuned for those and check out the playlists on those cars if you want to see the whole story behind them all. So thanks again everyone for watching, and stay tuned for more content.